Hey all Performance Lab fans, this is Morey Croson. We're giving away free online breakdowns to all of our subscribers. In order to enter the drawing, just click the like button below, subscribe, and comment my online breakdown. Enjoy the rest of the video. What's up everyone, Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab in California, and we have another quarterback mechanic video today. The focus is going to be on elbow drive, and what I see a lot with quarterbacks as they're going through their motion is they have some type of drop in their elbow, some type of awkward movement that's happening within their throw that's greatly impacting their ability to maximize their performance as well as reduce elbow soreness, elbow pain, elbow problems. And anything that goes within those lines. And so we'll go ahead and hop right into it. So what I'm talking about is as you're going forward in your throw, so you go back, you load, and you're starting to transition your elbow forward, what ends up happening is that instead of going here and then bringing that elbow up and through, you go to here and you drop your elbow down somehow, okay? And a lot of times this seems to happen from some type of tightness within that front part of the shoulder. So if your shoulder is somewhat rounded forward, or you have some type of weird lack of range of motion here, it's going to impact your ability to get your elbow up and through, because as you're getting your elbow up and through, what you're doing is you're putting a large amount of external rotation, which is this, on your shoulder joint. So you're challenging your shoulder joint through external rotation rather than being able to maximize or you're putting on external rotation rather than what you're stuck in is internal rotation. So if you're here and then you're coming down underneath, what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring your shoulder forward or internally rotated rather than externally rotating. So that's why a big part of our program is creating more external rotation. So in order to correct this, there's a few different things. One, when you load back, you want to think about loading back and bringing your shoulder blade back as well and making it sure your shoulder is right in alignment. So if I was going to draw a line right through my shoulder, you can see that everything's nice and straight and even. It's not here, right? So there's a lot of guys that as they're loading, they keep this kind of locked here, and what that does, that makes it so now when you come up, you end up having to dip that elbow underneath, okay? So that's one of the things that ends up happening. Another thing that could end up happening is you get into what they call the double L position, where you get into an L position twice. So you go here, and you go into this L, and then you go up and just like that, okay? So it's this one first, and then here, and now what happens is now you're initiating the throw from this position. So when you're trying to come forward, now the ball gets stuck behind you and your elbow inevitably has to drop. Okay, so now it's coming down as you're coming around, and a lot of times what ends up also happening is, I'll go through both parts of it here. You go boom, and then you go boom, and then when you come around, you end up coming off to the side, throwing the ball off to the side, and I lose my integrity of my wrist rather than keeping my wrist up top like that. Now I'm going to end up coming around during the throw rather than being able to come up and over the top and keep that really good overall wrist position. Okay, the last part that ends up impacting your ability to keep your elbow in a good position is just your initial loading position. So the other two, what we did is we talked about the movement pattern from having a good initial load, but now this one will be from having not a good initial load. So there's a few different bad loads that can cause your elbow to come down as well. One of them can be having the ball too close to your chest. So when you load back, you want to get that ball away from your chest to make it so you have plenty of room to drive that elbow through. If the the ball is too close to your chest, what ends up happening is that then you end up having to dip your elbow underneath to start off. Another big one would be you initiate the load and you have your elbow up and you have the ball down. Okay, so now here, what ends up going to have to happen is you're going to have to go here in order to get the ball coming through. So if your initial load isn't right as well, now you're not going to be able to properly fire that elbow up and through. And that's really the big thing that we're trying to talk about here is how can we effectively drive that elbow up and through the actual throw and get to that good arm socket or arm slot. So and what that should look like is I'm going to show you here what the overall throw should look like. It should be here, get into this position, and then elbow right up and through, right up and forward and through. Okay, so really driving that elbow. If I was going to have, there's one drill where you go here and you drive your elbow through, and you have your hand here where you're just focusing on driving that elbow. Okay, you just work on that, and notice how I'm never dropping here. I'm just going right up and through, right up and through. And that's really what that elbow should look like. You know, obviously different heights could be brought about just by how you overall throw, and there could be, it's not going to be the same because I'm not actually throwing the ball here, but that should around be how the lead of the elbow is, and you should be around in that angle. There's different guys that have different shoulder ranges, so your forearm can be in a little bit different position, but really it should be from here, elbow coming up or staying neutral, never the elbow dropping down as you're going through the throw.
Watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you could subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.